Hello there, good evening. The prime suspect in the high-profile killing of an American health insurance boss has pleaded not guilty to murder and terror charges. Luigi Mangione is accused of gunning down United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson outside a New York hotel earlier this month. Today, Mangione was brought into one of the city's courthouses, handcuffed and in shackles. The heavy police presence surrounding him today and during his extradition back to the city has prompted defense lawyers to argue the case has become politicized and prejudiced. Martin Brunt has this report.
Oh, yeah, it's been politicized like crazy. And the reason why is because the amount of publicity this got, right? He killed a CEO, and not just any CEO, health insurance CEO of United Healthcare. And a lot of people are backing Luigi Mangione instead of the poor guy who got killed and murdered in broad daylight in the back. And why? Why is this happening? Why are people cheering him on? Because ultimately United Healthcare and all those other health insurance, they're the real bad guys. Now, I'm not saying that what Luigi Mangione did is right. It's wrong. That's not how we take care of things. And it's unfortunate that the United Healthcare CEO had to get murdered for everyone to start talking about how gross healthcare insurance is in the United States and how people get denied when they are the most vulnerable, when they need the insurance the most. But it's been a display. You see this here. He's in shackles with tons of people around him. He killed one guy. How many homicides have we seen in the news that it's just a high profile where they're surrounded by people like this when they go to court? I can't think of any. Can you? There's multiple homicides out there too, happening all the time. Don't get this kind of treatment, but you know what? It's because he killed a CEO. Can't have that. You can't have the working class be so disobedient to the point where they're standing up to CEOs. I have to put them back in their place. All right, let me continue on.
In America, it's known as the Perp Walk. Officials parading an alleged perpetrator, high profile and often shackled, past media cameras. In court, his lawyer told the judge such a public ritual was unnecessary and prejudicial to his case.
I'm very concerned about my client's right to a fair trial in this case. He's being prejudiced by some statements that are being made by government officials. Like every other defendant, he is entitled to a presumption of innocence.
Mangione is accused of murdering the boss of a health insurance company, shot dead outside a Manhattan conference hotel 3 weeks ago. Brian Thompson was CEO of United Healthcare, the largest health insurer in the United States. Mangione denied New York state charges, 11 in all, including murder and murder as an act of terror. If convicted, he could be jailed without parole.
I wonder why he pleaded not guilty. I'm sure many of you are going to say he didn't do it. And I've been seeing all the conspiracies, or if you want to call them conspiracies, they are juicy. I gotta admit that. Some of them are compelling, but I'm not totally sure if it wasn't him who killed him. I think, me personally, overall, I think he did it overall. But I'm not 100%, but I'm like really close to it. Yeah, you can say it looked like a different person on the mask. Kind of looked, crooked nose in one. He doesn't have a crooked nose. I mean, it's just, like, I get it, right? And there was a lot of evidence on him with, like, fake IDs, passports, fingerprints and stuff. And of course, going down a Twitter rabbit hole, or X, a lot of people will say it's planted, this and that. I mean, it's not outside the realm of possibility, right? But let's see.
But much of the hearing was taken up by his lawyer's objection to the Perp Walk, especially incensed by Mangione's arrival.
Look at this Perp Walk. Like, they're making a statement. Don't commit violence on CEOs. You guys can kill each other all you want. Peasants, working class. Happens every day. Kill each other all you want. But not a CEO. You cross the line when that happens. Then you get this kind of treatment where everyone surrounds you, embarrasses you. It's crazy to see something like this. Like, not every homicide is treated like this. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Feel free. Give me one of like something that you only hear from the local news where someone got this kind of treatment. Then I would understand, but I can't think of one.
In New York 5 days ago, guarded with guns, accompanied and later harangued by New York's mayor.
He was on display for everyone to see in the biggest staged perp walk I've ever seen in my career. And what was the New York City mayor doing at this press conference, Your Honor? That just made it utterly political.
The computer science graduate faces a second federal charge sheet. It lists murder, stalking and firearms crimes. For that, he could face the death penalty.
Given how much evidence there is against this defendant, it would be smarter if counsel could provide us with a 2 terabyte external drive rather than rely on the crashing of the portal.
Outside court, protesters voiced support for Mangione and anger at healthcare companies.
I mean, this has me torn. Like, yeah, these healthcare companies have let people die by the hundreds, if not thousands, when they had the ability to not let them die. Instead of denying them coverage, life-saving coverage, they have zero problem denying them. And they deal with no consequences. They take your money every month out of your paycheck. And when people are at their most vulnerable, when they're sick and they need their health insurance the most, a lot of people get denied and get killed. So who's really the bad guy here, right? This is why no one cares something ill happens to the healthcare insurance companies. Because they're terrible. They are villains in themselves. Again, I don't agree that that the CEO had to get killed, but there should have been something before this killing happened. I mean, we've been going after healthcare insurance for a long time, and it just feels like nothing's happened. I feel like nothing else is going to happen after this. So I don't know what the answer is, but like, we all know what the problem is. We all know what the problem is. The solution is not this. I don't believe the solution is vigilante murder. The solution should be justice, but there's no justice being presented. And it's frustrating.
Luigi
Mangione dropped. Yeah, definitely woo.
There was apparent support.
Okay, I did not know about that episode of Saturday Night Live. And yeah, the guy is attractive, right? Young, attractive guy, in great shape. And there is a lot of women out there who are like in love with this guy, sending him like fan mail and whatnot. And they were outside the courthouse supporting him. It's crazy. There's some women out there I just don't understand. They throw themselves out to guys who are convicted of crimes. I just don't understand.
For Mangione too, on a popular and controversial US comedy sketch show. Mangione will be back in court in February. Martin Brunt, Sky News.
Like, how do you guys look at his body language here? Let me mute this. Let me show, like, okay, what's up? Walking tall, a little confident. Does that body language suggest an innocent or guilty man? Arrogant or confident? I'll let you guys answer that in the comments. I'm not 100% sure, but it just looks a little like, I think I'm okay after this. Like, he has that attitude like, I'll be fine. No matter what happens, I'll be fine, right? Probably has confidence in a lot of his lawyer. She seemed really good. And I like how she highlighted, like, this, what they call it, prep walk or whatever it was. It was just a stage. And it was so unnecessary. They'd be like, this is what happens to bad people who kill CEOs. Other bad people, they don't get this kind of treatment. Now, of course, I think 3 things are going to happen. 1, he's going to be guilty, which I think is going to be most likely. And it's going to cause up a commotion, right? People are going to be mad. Second is that he might come out not guilty, right? Somehow they find evidence, not enough conclusive evidence to make him guilty, whether he did it or not. Third, of course, would be that he is guilty, but never did it. Like the conspiracies and everything will just keep going on. People looking for new evidence for a retrial. Strong possibility in that. I want to look at some comments because Twitter is like hilarious with this kind of stuff. Saw this post on X from Power to the People. Luigi Mangione's attorney is not messing around, calls out New York City Mayor Eric Adams for trying to influence the jury pool with prejudiced statements, and says his client is being treated like a spectacle whose right to a fair trial is being violated. Do you guys think his right to a fair trial is being violated? I mean, they're maybe influencing people. Can't have a fair trial if you're trying to influence people, especially a jury, to see if the trial's going to be fair. Tennis Bag says, mayor who's also charged with bribery and accepting gifts from foreign governments among many others. Where's his prep walk? Yeah, the mayor is charged with crimes too. Isn't that strange? Like the people, elites sitting up top, they're not going to get this kind of treatment. What's interesting is that Luigi comes from a wealthy family. Not like billionaire rich, but pretty wealthy. And it's interesting how, like, okay, what's going on here, man? The guy's good looking, well educated. And that's why people like speculate, like, did he really do it? Is this the guy? Did they really got the guy? This is like one of the, that little 5% in me that has doubt. That says, are they sure they got the right guy? Oh, wow, I didn't know this was a thing. Is this real? Can someone tell me if this is Photoshop or not? If this is real? If there's a sign that says free Luigi Mangione, he's a hero? I would not call him a hero. That's a stretch. That is something else. But what does this person say? He is innocent. His trial is an attempt to incriminate 99% of the population tyrannized by 1% of the oligarchs. It's not even 1%. It's like 0.1, maybe 0.01% are the oligarchs who control a lot of things in the country and the world. I guess you could say that too, right? One person says, totally agree with his attorney on this one. That prep walk was a total WTF moment. Yeah, it was so unnecessary. They don't do this for every homicide case, but they did it for someone who killed a CEO. We live in strange times. Like, it's more like a spectacle of working class to be like, don't be like this. Here an example. We're going to chop his head off, figuratively speaking, metaphor. We're going to chop his head off in front of everyone, so everyone here can behave. This is your punishment if you get out of line. Now, I was studying this one for quite a bit. This one gave me a little question, but not enough. Like, of course, he has a unibrow, but maybe he takes care of it. I get unibrows too if I don't take care of it. So by the time the murder happened to this picture came in, or he was in jail, it grew out. Big maybe, right? Thing is, this picture, this guy's nose looks crooked. And Luigi's nose is not crooked. I could be totally wrong. Feel free to comment below. Tell me I'm wrong. Or if you agree, let me know. But that's one of the things that gave me a little pause, but I'm just like, I don't know if it's enough for me to say, oh, it wasn't Luigi. If he's a terrorist, then Fauci is what? Oh, that's funny. Now that's taking it very political. I don't want to go there, but the charge of terrorism, it's like, really? I think they're just throwing it out there so it's repeated over in the news, but I highly doubt he's going to be charged as terrorist. Terrorism is just a political influence or cultural influence. But this one, I highly doubt it, though. But I highly doubt he'll get convicted of it. Like, he'll get charged probably by first degree because it's preemptive, planned, whatnot. But terrorism, I don't want it. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't think he'll get that one. I think he'll just get first degree. And then they'll fight to get him on death row, maybe. I think they really want that. Like, the elites want him on death row. Just so all the W-2 employee working class people stay in line, right? Don't have any thoughts of being a vigilante. Well, a few people here are saying, who gives a fuck? The dude's a murderer. Lock his ass up. He is clearly a narcissist, cold killer. He's a crazed murderer. He needs to be put down like a mad dog if he is found guilty. If he's found guilty, then I agree with that statement. Right? He needs the necessary punishment if he was found guilty. I'm in that camp thinking he's guilty. I think there's enough evidence to prosecute him and convict him. But I could be totally wrong. And again, feel free in the comments of why you think that. Instead of just trolling me, give me some good details of why you think he's not guilty. Besides the eyebrows and the crooked nose, I saw that, I was like, I don't know, right? And, when you see those photos, are those the same photos that leads to the video where the CEO is getting killed? Because, New York's a big city, and the chances that people in the winter are dressed similar, it's pretty high. So I don't know, it's one of those things. But I'm going to leave it to that. Let me know what you guys think. If you agree with anything, disagree with everything I say. Otherwise, just have a good conversation in the comments. Please leave a like. Hit the subscribe button. And until next time, take care. Bye.